Heads and Tails in full effect, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it. Another episode, another legendary DJ in the building. And this time our DJ hails all the way from Pretoria. We'll get to that in a minute. For now, I'm a chance. I'm not rolling alone. It's Brian Black in the area. I've got my main man, brother from another mother, compadre, OX. Say OX.
Hey, it's Coco.
Sharp Winjan Fritz.
Sharp Fede.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, okay?
Inda.
You know, Mabati, life is lifing.
Yeah,
life is lifing, man, you know. And I think people are just going through it, man, because even scheduling guests is becoming a bit of a challenge because people are so busy going through life and things like that. So it's kind of difficult to schedule guys of late. I don't know why, but we're here now, you know.
Yeah.
So it's probably the winter season. Maybe Masek Vili summer, people will be available.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I'm a middle class struggling right now.
Yeah, it's tough
because they're the one paying for the rest of the country.
Yeah, it's tough.
And those are the people we're talking to.
Yes. So everyone is just going through life, you know. Tamlu, Sharp Munjan fan. Grant, all I'm for it. Rastaman, Umnat, sure fit.
Last episode.
Oh man, Phobia is, hey man, he's
the blind monk.
He's a spirit, that guy, you know, like he's a spirit, you know, like Uhelino ne spirit, you know, he's such a ball of fun, man. I had so much fun chilling with that guy, and there's so much that I picked up, man, from him when you speak to him about how he handles life. You know, sometimes we get so caught up with trying to handle life, like I'm saying now, life is lifing. And he's just going with the flow. He's just saying, look, life is here and let's just deal with it as and when we go, you know?
Yeah.
So I was really inspired by Phobia and how he just maneuvers through life.
Yeah,
you know?
And especially doesn't even have a stick.
Nothing.
He's blind, you know? Blind.
Yeah, so he was gigging with Giftana, my guest, a friend of the
he did mention with Devin July, it's his playground.
Yeah. So I just hope and pray more bookings are gonna come for him, and he's just gonna be hectic, man. You know?
Yeah, man. He's a very good DJ.
Super.
The fact that he can't see and all of that, so those are extras. Yeah. It's a really cool DJ. Yeah, no, I enjoyed the episode. I also think it was nice for people to see from a perspective of a blind person.
Yep.
As to how they maneuver around
through life. Just forget about DJ.
Not just
life,
DJ,
you know? Yeah. So, and that's what that was my biggest takeaway from him, you know, just how he maneuvers through life.
Yeah.
Is a big inspiration for me. You know what I'm saying?
And the fact to go to Shane store
Lezo thandayo vele wena.
Hey, he's got too much stock, doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Imagine.
But let's not get into what he does because he off mic, off camera.
Shout out to DJ Phobia.
DJ Phobia is the funk master, yeah?
Cool.
Yeah. Our guest hails all the way from Pretoria. I love guests from Pretoria, man. You know, they're so easygoing. I want to stress, you know. I think to describe this man, you know, when he has to transitioning from crowd to crowd, he's done it so seamlessly. I came across this guy in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. I think prior to that, I met him officially in 2014, and I'd known him a year prior. I'd known of him a year prior to that, and his transition has just been seamless, and I'm super inspired by how he's just maneuvered from crowd to crowd, whether he's playing for a black, white, Indian, Chinese, colored crowd. He just does it so seamlessly. One of the most talented DJs and producers that I know that the country has produced.
Yeah. Without a
doubt, man. And big inspiration to me, ladies and gentlemen, proud to present to you Cat Laquette in the building. Kati.
Welcome, brother.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm under the weather.
Yeah. You did say, man, you were cold a week ago, in your gig, and it's catching up with you.
Yeah, no, it has caught up with me.
Yeah, it's bad, ne?
Yeah.
How's it, what's up?
but this was an appointment I couldn't miss.
You couldn't miss, dog. Yeah, man. Thank you for your time, man.
no,
Thank you for coming by,
appreciate the
man. You
invite,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's get to it, bro.
Yeah.
Born Kopitori.
Yeah, born Pretoria, Ga-Rankuwa.
Ga-Rankuwa. So in case ya Migs, ne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mix,
Who else is from Rankuwa?
Nastiness.
Nasty's from Rankuwa. Positive K
Hey, man.
from Rankuwa.
Everyone's from there.
Yeah, man. You know? Born real name ki?
Kakamatsu.
Kakamatso.
Yeah, Kakamatsu.
Kakamatso, and just ne?
Tolwe.
Yeah. That's one.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yo.
So
What does that name mean, bro?
Kiwanda, Kismangali.
Smangali.
Oh.
Smanga.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Man.
Yeah.
So Kopitori, born and raised, like you say, is it a question of music was at home? Well,
Yeah, no. Music, go greatly at home.
at home.
Yeah, I think I stumbled on it.
I stumbled on it.
Yeah, I didn't have to look far.
Is it?
Yeah.
So how did the name Cat La Cat come about then?
Alright, so KAT are my initials.
For Kakamatsu.
Yeah, so it's Kakamatsu and a colonial name.
Yeah.
Tolwe.
Okay. Okay.
So you don't want to tell us the colonial name?
Yeah, no, I don't identify with it.
Mara, is it on your passport, on your
Yeah,
pass?
it's,
No chance. Somewhere they call you like.
yeah. I'm of that age group that had to have.
So I'm sure makahlangana ne-autism sisgela
Josiah or something. Yeah.
Josiah.
Yeah, Abandela, yeah.
Or Job,
Yeah.
So I used to write KAT on my books.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I transitioned to high school, the guys would see KAT all the time. So they started calling me Cat.
Yeah.
And then when I started DJing, I was like, okay, maybe I can use that Cat because everybody's calling me Cat.
Cat, yeah.
And my name is not Cat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that Cat like it comes from that.
Yeah. Oh.
Also, you stretched cat. Cat?
Yeah.
So you say you stumbled across music or high Cat, ne? Yeah. So it's okay if I call you Cat, right?
Yeah. Sure.
How did you stumble across music? Was there music or high, or is there musician go high?
Yeah, there was music go high. So when I was born, I lived with my parents and my grandparents.
Right.
So now I share kind of. You know? So my dad had some record collection.
Yeah.
And then when I was at my grandmother's side, my grandmother lived with my uncle.
Yeah.
And my uncle had a jazz
collection.
Yeah, but also like a society kind of thing.
Oh.
Where they would meet every second Sunday.
Yeah.
And then
play music.
Yeah, they visit each other and then just play jazz the whole day. You know, so he had a substantial jazz collection.
So your uncle from your father's side?
Yes,
right.
My dad's younger brother.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that's where I saw record collecting that.
Yeah.
You know, because it was a group of guys who would come and say, hey, check out what I bought this week, you know. And then they'll play the record. You know, and just chill and talk while listening to whatever that was new at that time.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So
jazz-wise.
Yeah, jazz-wise, you know. So that's where I first saw like record collecting, you know, like guys speaking about music and being friends because of music.
Yeah.
You know,
so he would take you along.
But sometimes they would come to our house. You know, so that's where I would see it.
When
it's their turn, his turn to host.
Yeah.
You know, and then everybody comes with the record bag.
Yeah.
And it just, you know.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I saw it at home.
Yeah. So at the back of your mind, then, when you are seeing all of this, did you have an idea, or maybe when I grow up, I might just be involved in music?
Not really, because I saw it at home. I thought it was a normal thing to do.
Right.
I thought that's life. That's what we do.
As
humans.
Okay.
You know?
We go around sharing music.
Yeah. So I didn't think it was something odd because I saw it so early in my life. So I thought it was just the normal thing.
Yeah. So at the time, when all of that was happening, obviously you were not inspired, you didn't know anything about the music, but did you know what you wanted to become when you grew up?
No, not really. Not really. I started having aspirations of doing something because of the music, because I wanted to be an electrician.
Yeah.
To work on hi-fis and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. So the path was paved somewhere.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was exposed to music so early that I grew up thinking, everybody consumes music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then going into the real world and seeing that actually no, this is not the norm.
Yeah.
Were you then trying to see, okay, maybe if this is not the norm, how am I going to be involved in music? Or at the time, it was just nothing that was.
Yeah, like my journey has been so weird that I've just been led by it, So when I got to school, I'd also gravitate to people who had similar interests.
Yeah.
So it still didn't feel like it's abnormal.
Right.
And then like high school, late 90s, that's when there was a big boom with house music.
Yeah.
So even there, you get into a taxi, it's playing.
House.
Yeah. So I still didn't feel like I'm doing something that's like unique.
Yeah.
I thought it was just, because it was just everywhere.
Yeah.
So, and then it's just, then I saw DJing.
Yeah.
At school. Yeah.
Or at school.
Yeah.
Who was DJing?
The guy that I remember there was Tino.
Yeah.
Tino still plays. I think he plays with Cisco and them.
Okay, yes.
He's from Pretoria.
From Pretoria, yeah. There's a guy called Rip Q.
Yeah.
I forgot the other guys, but yeah, I was in grade 8.
Yeah.
And
What year is this?
This is 2000. Yeah. And it was a Valentine's ball, so I'm still fresh at school.
Yeah.
I don't know people. And then there's a Valentine's ball, and then there's a DJ slot. There's a DJ competition.
That's overwhelming. Yeah.
And yes, I've been collecting music, but I had never actually seen mixing.
Yeah. Were you collecting vinyl at the time, or was it just
Just
CDs and tapes?
CDs, mainly tapes.
Yeah.
Because at that age, the budget was pretty low.
Yeah. So what were you collecting? Blank cassettes and recorded, or what were you collecting? What genre?
Everything. Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't have a specific
okay,
genre.
but Star Texas music was before.
Yeah,
that was
like
before
early
my
90s.
time.
that was before.
Yeah. But I mean, at that time, that's when the House Africa compilations and DJ Fresh and Glenn Lewis. Those were the big ones then. But I was collecting everything. And I had made friends with guys who had older brothers who were collecting vinyl. So that's where the TDKs now would work.
Yes. Yeah.
Exchange music there. So, but I had never seen it being done. Until I got to high school. And only then there's like, oh, okay, so this is how they do it. Yeah, I think I want to do this.
Okay.
So, and then only then, because also by that time, I thought like records were old things. Because everybody was like jumping onto CDs.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, these guys are playing records, but they're playing new songs.
Yeah. How does this work?
And then, after speaking to a couple of guys, they told me where to buy and whatnot. So that's where the interest for the DJing started. But I had been collecting, I had been playing at like family events. On tape.
Oh, so you were that guy.
Yeah. I was always that guy.
Koti, remember Koti?
Yeah.
So when I started playing, I already had a lot of like house music on tape.
Okay.
So
were you dubbing as well?
Yeah. You had to. Like late night radio and all those. Do
you remember that one song that said to you, I like this and I might just want to be a DJ because of this one song?
I don't think there was that one song, because by the time I saw DJing, I was already obsessed with house.
Okay.
Yeah, I was already consuming a lot of it.
Yeah.
So I don't think there was that one song that connected the two. Yeah, like, because I had been hearing guys mix on radio and always being fascinated with, how they do it. Because even when I get like songs from my friends, I would hear that the song has a beginning and an end.
Right.
But when I hear it on radio, the other one just flows onto it.
Yeah.
So I was always fascinated with that. Like, how do they do that?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a particular song.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I just want to. I hope you remember that thought. I just want to take it back just a slightly, because now you're in high school.
Yeah.
Right? So at home, you have siblings? Are you firstborn? You second born?
Yeah, but I have a sibling.
How many sisters and brothers?
Sister.
Oh, you have a younger sister.
Yeah, younger sister.
Oh, okay. Are you like a religious family guy, or?
Well, yeah, coming from a religious family.
Yeah.
Me, not necessarily.
Oh, but at home they were very religious.
Yeah.
No, they used to take you to church, Kankan.
Yeah, I mean, I started playing guitar at church.
Oh, I see.
Also, you played an instrument.
That's what I want to hear.
That's dope, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
I played guitar at church. I was part of the worship band.
Hey,
for a
that's
long
dope.
time.
Yeah.
So how do you learn how to play guitar?
Well, there were lessons at church.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Man.
we had a tutor at church who played guitar.
How were your fingers? Yeah.
There was no fingerprints for a while.
Yeah, no, I'm asking because I did play the guitar.
Yeah.
So that thing is
My fingers were always peeling,
Yeah.
But like in high school, I was with Tabo Small last week at the Thailand experience. So I went to
Shout out
school
to
with
Timo.
him.
Oh, you went to school with
Yeah,
Tibos. Oh,
yeah.
nice. Shout out to Tabo Small.
Oh,
Yeah.
shout out, man.
So we were chatting about the good old days.
Yeah.
He was telling his friends, he's like, you won't believe, but this guy was that guy who would rock up with a guitar at school. Like, I always had a guitar. at school,
Yeah. Also, you had your own guitar.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
And-
then, so how do you, because now this obviously this is the beginning, or should it birth the producer in you, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
then you
yeah.
you are known also for creating a lot of dope songs.
Sure.
So that means then you got into production at an early age by learning how
by
to play the
learning
guitar. You're
instrument,
already
yes.
on that.
Yeah.
And you never thought at that time, though.
Nah.
You were just like, be cool at church.
I'm
play
playing for the
guitar.
church. Yeah, I'm playing for the church.
And I was always gravitating to musical activities. So
Yeah.
when I was at church, I was like, what can I do? I want to join the band.
Nice.
So
And you did?
Yeah, and I joined
Is
the
it a band or a choir?
No, it was a band because it was
Church band.
Church band.
Yeah,
okay.
because it was mainly instrumentalists.
Yeah.
we had
Oh, when the
guy
preacher is
flute,
gonna speak in tongues, like that's when you guys just
Yeah, well, I'm from a Methodist, so it's not really speaking in tongues and whatnot. But
But it's that, when they sing, when you guys are playing.
when there's time for worship.
We're baking up with the instruments,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's dope. And then, but what is it that your parents wanted you to do when you finished school?
Well, my parents never imposed anything on me.
Nice one.
And I
Very
think,
lucky.
Yeah, I was very fortunate with that, and they could see where my interest lies. So that's why I think even with the joining the band at church, they were supportive. My dad used to drop me off after school at church.
Nice.
Because these things would happen late at night.
Yeah.
And
After school.
Yeah. So they've never really imposed anything on me. It's like, oh, what do you want to do? What do you feel like you want to do?
That is so dope.
That's dope. And then, what did you have in mind?
So it kept changing because, like I said, in the beginning, I wanted to be an electrician because that's what I was doing at home. I was opening TVs and radios, because I was always handed down equipment. So
I must say pugile ngada, but I didn't realize us. Give it to
mfano rata sound. Yeah. Rata sound anyway. Legacy boy is fine. So that was the first interest, and then later on, when I was now being very interested in music and what's happening around music, it's when I saw that, okay, there's engineers. You don't necessarily have to be like an artist.
You can be behind the scenes.
And you can still apply something that's scientific.
A skill.
A proper skill.
Right.
And then that's where it started leaning towards.
Yeah.
Towards the end of high school.
Yeah.
Oh, so you wanted to be a sound engineer?
Yeah. And
Nice.
that's how I ended up being a sound engineer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming then after school you went to study sound engineering
Yes.
with.
Yeah. So, but the first year after school, I started electronics actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you go to those colleges where
Yeah.
what were they technical?
Now they call
Yeah,
TVET.
Technica,
Back
yeah.
then they were called
Yeah.
technical colleges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technica,
Yeah. Then I did up to N4 there,
Yeah.
and then
How many years is it to get to N4?
I was 1 year.
Oh, it's just one
Yeah,
year.
because they will credit you from whatever you have from high school.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
you were an electrician by the time the year ended.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Are you still handy?
Well, I still do everything myself. I'm not that guy. If the vacuum cleaner goes out, I open it.
Very looky. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking us to separate the plugs just now. Separate the plugs. Like, yeah.
He gets it. And we haven't had a problem since then.
Yes, it's been fine. He's sitting there like, separate the plugs, the thing works. So listen, so now you've been told about these places where you can get these records.
Yeah.
How do you then gravitate towards getting records? Because you were of the impression that records are old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was always go with Jetmart and Musica.
Yes.
And it's just CDs.
Right, yeah.
And then, when I discovered, actually, if you want the latest stuff, it's actually on record.
Yeah.
By the time it gets on CD, it's like a year old. And
Yeah.
So it told me about the shops.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was like Deep K Records in Sunnyside.
Right.
That's where I met Malanga, and he was the guy. That was
Shout out to Reginald. Yeah.
Escolot.
And he knows Warkolota when I
there was a couple of guys there. Yeah, even Michael G. I met him there.
Oh,
Shout out.
Shout out to Michael.
Bubbles.
Yeah.
I was with Bubbles last week. Shout out to Bubbles.
Yeah, so Bubbles last week. Yeah, and then there was multiracial with Cisco.
Yeah. Umlambo. Yeah.
Yeah, Lego, Rowick Deep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you were going to all these shops.
Yeah, because I was schooling in between. I was go Arcadia.
Yeah.
So a multi-choice, then go Headfield, multiracial.
Yeah, multiracial. Yeah.
Go Headfield and then Baloku Sunnyside.
Yes.
So I was in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was also Bo Mix, go for real.
For real records.
Shout
Yeah.
out
Shout out
to
to
Mig,
Mix, man.
Yeah, Lebo Ryan Load and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I was frequenting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Buying the stuff now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I still like in uniform and everything.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys, they know me from like.
Yeah. That's passion, because I think for most of us, I was telling you a story earlier on. I was looking for a Mutu Swing song and I was going there in school uniform. I didn't even know what song this was, but story for another day.
Yeah.
So you are now collecting these records.
Yeah.
You're not gigging yet,
No, I'm not gigging.
right?
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a turntable.
I didn't even
Yeah.
I didn't even have a turntable.
You're just keeping these
Yeah,
things.
I
and
have
like-
my dad's turntable, which doesn't have a speed. I just get 33, 45.
Yeah, that's it. It's like a normal speed.
I don't know speed. Yeah.
How does your dad and mom interpret this whole thing now, Mofigandline, and you've got these records? Do they now have an idea? Which this our son, yes, is doing electronics, but he might have interest in DJing. Were they aware?
Yeah.
But if DJing wasn't really a thing, though.
Yeah, so that's
They
where
could
my
probably
question.
say
That's where my
music,
question is
yeah.
going.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, but then my generalized music, I think they saw that I had an interest in music, but I had to do my own lobbying at home.
Yeah, to convince them this thing can work. Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
What was that
And
convincing?
I'm not the only one. I've seen some kids also do it.
And they know these kids.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's not a strange thing. It's not an adult thing.
Right.
I've seen some kids do it.
Yeah. So that was you lobbying, right?
Yeah.
So do they buy into your lobbying?
Yes. Well, my mom eventually gave in and was like, okay, so what do you need? Yeah. I told her what I needed, and then she bought me a pair of turntables.
Nice. What brand do you remember?
It was a Stanton.
Nice. Yeah.
Stanton Pel is entry level and it's affordable.
Yeah.
That grey one, right?
Yeah. And the 62
The T-series.
mix.
Yeah.
Was it
So
a
they bought you
66
two of them
mixer?
Yeah.
in the mixer.
Yeah. So before I got a Stanton, I had a little. Is it Phonic? I think the brand was Phonic.
Yeah.
Did it have pitch?
Yeah, I did have.
Was
fridge,
it a
but it was a
winding
belt drive that I bought. Go catch Crusaders or something like that.
Or you bought it yourself?
Yeah, I bought it myself.
Nice one.
Yeah. No, it was very cheap and it was in like a bad condition.
Yeah.
And then I kept telling my mom, I'm like, I need this, but I need
Better one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I need 2 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So at least even then I was like, yeah, I got a guy out trying to papa. Look at this.
Yeah.
That's what I need,
So mama is just like, okay, let's get it for you.
Yeah.
Right?
So but I started with that small one, and then I had another friend who also had one turntable.
Yeah.
And that's how we were practicing. Every weekend he'd come with his turntable.
Oh, yeah. Mixing.
Yeah.
Had you seen the mixing somewhere or?
I saw it there at school.
At
I saw
school.
the whole setup at school, and I was like, okay, I need this and this and this.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had a little V-Stax two channel mixer. Yeah.
Oh.
Vestex, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And then so at home, one channel would be turntable, the other channel would be my PC.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you mix on top of the PC.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of control the speed that side.
Yeah. So and that's how I got into tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one side was tractor and then the other side the turntable.
Yeah. Then the normal turntable.
And then whenever Les comes through, turntable, then we'll plug in his turntable.
Yeah.
The corner practice a sharp.
Yeah.
But I would practice alone, got tractor with a turntable. Yeah.
But did someone show you or tell you the basics of what you need to do when you're mixing?
No.
Like beats counting and...
Next.
So self-taught.
Yeah. 100%.
Why does it seem like it will be 90% of the people that come here?
Self-taught.
Self-taught.
Yeah. That's
Strange,
crazy.
né?
Yeah.
I suppose what why is because we're also getting guys who are early 90s and late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, yeah.
When it was a little bit hard.
Yeah, the information
into
wasn't
people
there.
that-
Information
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
there,
yeah.
So I was just messing around and so
And it
whatever
made
to
sense.
get the speed to jam.
You do whatever it took.
do whatever,
Yeah. Do you remember that one day when you literally got them together and you were like, damn, these things are blending. I've got it.
So that day I wasn't sure of myself yet because I wasn't doing it like over and over.
Yeah.
And I was recording all the time.
Okay.
And I think that's how I kept track record. of what
Nice.
was it,
Yeah. So you
Every time I
kind of
play,
weigh yourself. Yeah.
got a tape recording all the time.
Well done.
Straight to cassette.
Yeah. So I'd listen back to my stuff. So because I was self-taught, stuff like pushing or just gently touching it.
Yeah.
I had not seen that properly. So sometimes you'd hear the
Yeah.
vinyl moving too much.
Yeah.
So it took a while. It took a while for me to be that comfortable. And also I was mainly on one turntable. So,
Yeah.
So the mixing wasn't that.
Yeah.
Because I find it so easy to do it.
Yeah, and then you it's like a manual and automatic.
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was a very slow, gradual thing.
But it's the most fulfilling thing you can ever have that day when you get them together, right?
But like I'm saying, I was very unsure of myself. So I always had to get feedback
Or from someone.
Yeah. And then it comes to a time where you're like, okay, I think I can give this to somebody to listen to. But I'm still not sure. Listen to this. Tell me what you think. And we come like, what Joe? Almost done it. So say. I've been hearing on radio. This is it.
Yeah.
And then only then I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe whatever I did that work. The hand technique there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that.
Yeah. So now you're learning how to mix. Now it's there. You're collecting the music, and I'm assuming by now there's a sizable amount of the collection of records that you have. What leads you to say maybe I can start gigging now?
Even that, I didn't decide I'll start gigging.
Yeah.
My classmates started inviting to their parties. Hey, my brother is hosting a party. And then I became that guy at school. By like grade 11, people didn't even know my name. They'll just call me DJ. XA DJ.
Yeah.
So I had not decided, okay, now I'm going to start gigging.
Yeah.
Nah, people would just invite me and then I was that guy.
Yeah.
How na little mommy, so
You are there, you're playing. You're
there,
playing,
you know,
yeah.
you know.
But the overall response from everyone, was it was Zamanyana or like our sharp and one?
I think it was a sharp and one because it was my peers. You know,
Yeah.
and I didn't know any people my age.
Yeah. Hero, yeah.
And I'm doing what the adults are doing.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So you became a hero to them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and that's why at everybody would make sure, hey, you know my boy Cat.
What's up?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm a very reserved person. So
Yeah.
I didn't have that thing out. I go out and say, hey, guys, can I play?
Yeah.
It was always the people that I'm with. Like, you know this guy.
Yeah, that is so dope, man. Yeah. When does it convert into we want to pay you now?
That's when now, after I got the turntables, I saw that, okay, I need sound. Because every time I'm here, they're like, yo, you got speakers? That I don't have.
You don't have.
And I have to go higher than
Yeah.
And I'm in high school, I charged them 400. I get to that guy, 400 is 2 speakers with no amp.
Yeah.
Okay, this mess that has to happen now.
Yeah.
I have to up my game and buy these things so I can keep my price affordable for my peers.
Yeah.
So that's when, like, okay, now I can't just go out and play now. I have to get something.
Yeah.
To buy those things.
Yes.
So, and then by the time I bought it, I had already been in that practice. Or no, I charge.
Yeah. Ga-Rankuwa, ne?
No, but this time by high school we had moved out of Ga-Rankuwa, the orchards, which is right between Ga-Rankuwa and Roslyn. There's an industrial area.
Okay.
Oh, you're moving on up, eh?
Yeah, I think
So cheese ball.
Yeah.
There's no Land Areas Act. Now you can move to the suburbs, right?
Yeah.
Social English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you can at least udlala kokas, akere.
No, the dollar
So ingam last bar.
Okay.
Because le kokas I'd play. But kokas, I think I started going kind of established.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but early on, it was just guys around my hood.
Okay.
2 streets away, go Jarate.
Yeah.
Not
so
at
you
a
made your
pub
name,
not even at a pub, because we weren't even old enough to be at pubs.
Okay.
So it was just high school kids who have sweet 16, kira.
Yeah.
18th birthday, kira. Hey, I would talk about 21st.
Zwagala,
Yeah.
So music upaya, no?
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
Who are some of your heroes now during this time?
So a lot of what I collected at the early stages was that French Afro house, like the Africanism stuff, Gregory,
drums,
a lot of drums. Yeah, that's what I was collecting the most at the time.
Yeah. Okay, so now you are known Kokasia how Hori, this guy Wadlala.
Yeah.
I'm sure now word starts getting around.
Yeah.
When now do you start realizing Guti, actually now people apart from Kokasi know me? Do you get calls now, or do you remember those calls when they started calling you to say, come play outside of?
I think those happened after high school.
Yeah.
That's why I was getting strangers calling, But throughout high school, it was always a connection of somebody that I know from school or from Mokas. Also, the area that we were in, because it was predominantly white when we got there.
Yeah.
All the black kids knew each other.
Yeah.
So I was one of the very few black kids around there that was doing that. The only other guy, the only other guys that were like active in my hood was HK Malama.
HK.
Yeah.
Remember HK? Yeah. Thabo Palatse mentioned HK.
And Thabo Palatse.
Oh, yeah.
Thabo Palatse as well.
Thabo Palatse.
You from the same hood?
Yeah.
Shout out to Tibo.
They are stone throw away from me.
Here we go. Yeah.
So it was Thabo Palatse, HK, and there was a guy with flat shoes.
Flat shoes, he mentioned flat shoes as well.
Did.
Yeah.
So I think flat shoes is the guy that taught him how to mix, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, flat shoes, because flat shoes was a lot older than us.
Yeah.
That's a dope name.
Yeah.
And we'd hear flat shoes on Metro FM. And,
okay. So that's what I was referring to. So these are now your peers, somewhat your heroes as well, because they are somewhat a step ahead of you, but now you are catching on, right? So,
and then like Tomo Groover, give on doing it at private parties.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's those guys.
Yeah, it's those guys. Yeah.
How do you push on now from being outside of the hood now and saying, now I'm a DJ, no kadlala?
I think it happened after high school, because now the guys that I grew up with are in whatever tertiary institutions.
Yeah.
Now they've got access to clubs now,
Yeah.
and guys who are curating in clubs.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So that's when now I'm starting to get calls from like organizers from clubs. No, we hear you from Gaga, or we've heard your mixtapes, or we know,
Yeah.
and now we are hosting at this club, So yeah.
Do you remember some of these clubs?
Yeah, I was playing like it was the time Yabo ×4.
Yes.
Amaros. I played a lot of Amaros also. Also because of where I was. Julian also was.
Julian Gomez. Yeah.
I stoned through. I grew up with Julian.
Oh, you grew up with Julian.
Yeah.
You guys were friends.
Yeah.
Nice one.
He's my brother.
Oh, so it's Gomes, isn't it? It's not
Gomez.
It's actually Gomes, but yeah, it's
in
Gomes.
Portuguese,
because it's Portuguese.
But I heard him in an interview. He said a lot of people say it's Gomes, but it's Gomez. I don't know.
Maybe it is, but if you pronounce it in Portuguese, so it's Gomes.
Yeah, Julian was one of the guys in my hood who was into that.
Yeah.
So
and worse with him, he was related to the Gomez brothers, Mo Michael G and the guys. Yeah. So
Mitch. Mitch was already running TUT, Road, and they were doing the freshest ball. And level somebody.
Yeah.
Generation A. They were just ahead of us.
Yeah.
But they know.
Yeah. So you're playing at these places now, right?
Yeah.
But now these places are predominantly black crowd. I know you to be able to switch over to the white crowd as well. How did that transition come about?
Again, accidental.
Yeah.
I think it was my taste kind of, because as much as we were consuming a lot of the mainstream house, because with every era there's mainstream house sound, and that's why I was saying I was playing those Africanism, because at that time that was the sound,
the in sound.
Yeah, but it's always a sound that's kind of time stamped. You don't really hear it now. Even when guys play old school, they won't really go there.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of time stamped.
For that era.
So I would buy those knowing that this one is gonna rock the floor.
Yeah.
But I'll always buy something for myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I almost never played outside.
It's just for you at home.
Yeah. And then later on, I think around 2004-05, I was now getting into this guy called Tulani the Warrior.
Yes. Shout out to Tulani the Warrior. Yeah.
And I was like, no, man. Tulani plays the stuff that I collect
for myself. Yeah.
That I never play out.
Yeah.
I never come into a kind of audience that appreciates
that type of sound.
Yeah. So I was always just playing that alone, but collecting whatever was mainstream at that point, And even when I was playing at all these places, I was playing whatever was mainstream at that time. They went and knowing me for like deep underground stuff. I was playing whatever was relevant for that time, and just collecting the other stuff for myself.
For yourself,
And then around 2007, there was a lot of podcasting platforms popping up. Podomatic and SoundCloud. And then I started recording mixtapes. Of the stuff that I don't play outside.
Your own collection. And then you would then post it there. Right?
I was like, okay, I play all this other stuff, but this is just
the other side of Cat Like Cat.
Because I was hearing guys like Tulani play it. I'm like, okay, so it's playable. There are people who listen to this. So, but it's just not in my immediate vicinity. So I started putting that online.
Okay.
And then that spread.
Yeah.
So now I was starting to meet a lot of people who were resonating with that.
That like that sound.
Yeah,
Mm.
you know, and then even when we were at clubs playing, they were like, "Ejo abe tamumare, ona stuff so be tango mixtape."
Yeah. Re nyaka sona. Yeah.
So, and I was like, yeah, and stuff so mixtaping is what I really like.
Yeah.
So it was that gradual transition of, okay, now we've built the brand with the mainstream stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
everybody around here knows that I play this, but I like this.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started trying to search out places that kind of play
That sound.
you know, and that's when I was starting to hear about House 22.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, maybe I need to frequent there.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the kind of sound
I would
it's
like
closer
to.
to, even though I wasn't playing really what they were playing, but it's closer.
Yeah,
even in tempo,
and it probably will expose you
everything,
to
you
a
know.
bigger
Yeah.
sound and audience.
Yeah,
And
you know, and then I started knowing people at House 22. Then I became a regular at House 22 playing, and then now I think that's
playing as well.
playing,
Yeah.
yes, you know. And then every time I'd play, I was like, okay, this is the chance I get to play the other stuff that I don't play at other parties.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
because
yeah.
I think the people here might understand.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And then that's when I was now feeling confident to play the other stuff. You know.
And turns out they like it as well.
And yeah, it turns out, hey, people at House 22, they would like it.
Yeah.
So they called me back over and over,
Yeah.
You know, people started thinking I was a resident there. I was
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
resident
You
there.
were just a regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And I was always the youngest on the lineup.
Nice, man. Yeah.
So, and then around 2009,
yeah.
that's when now I was starting to get invited to podcasts.
Yes.
And radio shows,
Yeah.
TV shows.
Yeah.
I remember there was this Go Chat
Yeah.
on DSTV.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where I was like, okay, now I need to decide what's going to define my brand. Yeah, because I think now, hey, there's a magnifying glass coming now.
Yeah.
You know?
I can feel it.
I can
yeah.
feel it now.
Yeah.
You know, I need to define my brand because what I was playing was what everyone else was playing. You know? It's just, I was doing funny tricks and whatnot, but everybody else, that it was mainstream. It was what everybody else was playing.
Yeah.
know?
Now you need to set yourself apart.
Yeah. So with that's when now I was starting to niche down into that sound.
Nice. Oh.
And then just by that, it started to put me in certain spaces.
Yes, automatically, without trying too hard.
Yeah,
by
without-
just
yeah.
defining your brand and say, this is what my brand stands for, and I'm just going to focus on that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now the relevant people are starting to reach out. Yeah.
So this is 2009, right?
Yeah.
And then the name and the brand grows. So like I said, my introduction to you was in 2013.
Yeah.
And I was introduced to you by that particular sound.
Yeah.
You think you play the sound. There's a guy from Pretoria that plays this type of sound.
Yeah.
And Tulani plugged me onto you and said, there's a guy called Cat Lakete, and that guy's good. A year later, we get booked at the same event, right? This was, so actually when we first met, we met when I officially became the resident DJ at the warm-up.
Yes.
That gig we did together. It was at Newtown. And that's when I first heard of you. So when I listened to
what year is that?
2014.
14.
Yeah. I think it would write 13.
Yeah.
It's 13.
It was 13.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
So Shuti 2012 was the
Yeah.
year that I heard of you.
So you've been now playing for how long?
Well, I started playing in clubs 2005. That's when I was old enough to be in a club.
In a club,
Okay.
Yeah. You know,
So you were like 8
that's
years.
like 7 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's 8, yeah.
So you get into, so that particular year, that 2014, and then I stuck around and I actually heard your sound and I was like, geez, this guy's super talented. Like you rocked, you killed that crowd because
Sure.
I actually opened for you because
Yes, I
and
remember,
you
yeah.
played after that,
Yeah.
after that, and you killed that crowd, you know?
I think it was the Lance Desadi.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
memory is very good. That's
Yeah.
the Lance Desadi. That's when I
Yeah.
first officially met you.
Yeah.
Right? So at that time, I had not heard about you producing music. Were you already producing then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So also that with just the interest in music, I stumbled on Fruity Loops pretty early.
Who does it? Who does it? We all stumble.
Yeah,
I think it was one of the free
applications.
Yeah.
back then. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't easy to get out.
Yeah, you know, so that was still in high school,
Yeah.
you know, and then I remember at the time the big sound go high school was like Mojava, like Mojava was rocking at that time. You
Shout out to
know?
Mojava, my face.
Yeah,
One of the best to ever do it.
His music is international.
Dude.
Yeah,
So sad to see how everything has transpired with him, man. I hope he gets his life back together. And Mojava, wherever you are, man, I hope you get your life back together. You're one of the best to ever do
I
it.
think he can still tour the Europe.
Yeah, because that sound
No,
is relevant
apparently
right now.
Europe wants
Yeah.
him, but because of what he's going through, he obviously can't get booking. You know, he can't get bookings.
Yeah.
I hope he just cleans up and someone out there can just take him,
man.
get him off the
I
stuff,
saw
clean him up, and
who's that guy trying to help him? Who's the guy who was helping Alostro?
yeah. Oh no, I saw that guy.
Who's the DJ man?
I don't know his name, but I've seen him.
Yeah. He tried to help him out. He looked for him.
Kari.
Kari, yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kari.
It
Yes.
breaks my heart, man, to see what's happening to Mojava.
Yeah.
Because he was there. He was right there, man.
Yeah,
And
so
for him to lose it just like that.
So for me, getting into Fruity Loops was
Kill the sound,
Yeah.
kind of, you know, because he was also very close with the guys by Nekitena School One, because I had a lot of guys from Attridgeville in my class, you know, and then there was a guy also who had a like a hip hop kind of group, Cypress, Navai Pizza Ghetto Squad.
Okay.
They were produced by Mojava, like the beats were Mojava, but they were rapping on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Caspitor or
Yeah. That was a
To
Caspitor.
win- that sound, your Bacardi sound, or
Yeah. Marbarep, like yeah.
Wish I could have heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew a couple of the guys who were part of the group.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I would ask Corey, like, how you guys recording this thing? Like,
Yeah,
what's the thing?
yeah.
You know, what's that guy using? You know? And that's when I heard about
Fruity Loops. Yeah.
No, there's this software, so I was like, I'm gonna get that. And then I started messing around with fruit. you
Yeah.
know. But it was just that thing. Yeah, I'm interested in making the stuff that I'm collecting on vinyl.
Yeah.
But I need to know how they're making the music.
Yeah.
You know. Also, because with vinyl, we would always see credits of musicians, and I was seeing the credits getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And
Yeah.
shorter.
Yeah.
You know, by the time I got to like Gregory and whatnot, so when you see the credits, it's just him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, why is it one guy?
Yeah,
making all this
yeah.
music? What's
Oh,
happening?
Konjo
You know?
when it's a band.
Yeah. So that's when like they're like, no, get onto Fruity Loops. You know, you can do your drums there, you can do your keys, you can do everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got into that. Yeah. So that's where the production started.
Aha.
Yeah.
Did you release anything at the time?
No, because my first release was 08, way later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still remember that E EP?
Yeah. I still remember that EP. It was called Bad Dreams. It had a remix from Gemini Boys.
Shout out to Gemini
Man,
Boys.
Gemini Boys.
Gemini
Yeah.
Boys. Yeah. At the time, the lead producer was Technique.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing well in Afro now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, shout out
So
to
what
Technique.
sound was that?
It was Afro.
Afro.
It was a very early
Yeah.
Afro, South African Afro.
Yeah.
You
Bad
know,
Dreams.
Yeah.
Which which label?
Next Dimension.
Next Dimension.
Yeah, which was a USA label.
Yeah. That must have been something for you, right? You
Yeah,
felt like a big achievement.
especially
right?
because I had not gone knocking on their door. You know?
Mm.
I was on MySpace.
Yeah.
And I got an inbox because they heard my
Yeah,
mixtapes.
MySpace.
Yeah. They heard my mixtapes.
Yeah.
And they were like, is any of that yours? I was like, no, but I have this.
Yeah. And they loved it.
And they loved that. Yeah.
That's dope.
And they were like, yeah, bring it here.
Yeah.
Is that
Let's release it.
Is that the same series of mixtapes that you're still running now?
No, that was called the Tribal Authority because it was more
Tribal. Yeah.
Afro.
Afro. Yeah. I mean, we called it tribal back then. Now it transitioned to Afro.
Yeah.
Afro, yeah.
Okay.
But also, we gave it a little bit of South African vibe.
Yes.
So it became, we stopped calling it tribal.
Tribal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started calling it Afro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was calling them the Tribal Authority mixtapes.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was just that. Afro Star.
Yeah, 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that was 6, 7. That was when I was
Yeah.
doing those mixtapes.
Yeah.
So 8, the guys reached out, and then also they were asking me, do I know other guys who would be interested in remixing? Because I gave him a couple of tracks, and he's like, I like this track.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So let's make an EP of this track.
Okay.
You know? Do you know other guys that we can approach who can do remixes?
Yeah.
That are close to your sound.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think of my boys now.
Yeah,
Like,
nice. Yeah.
There's a guy called DJ Tessen.
Yeah.
He lives just down the road.
Right. Yeah.
There's a guy called Technique.
Yeah.
He got a group with Gemini boys.
Yeah.
You know, and I went to school with them.
Yeah,
so I know them, you know. And then I put them on.
Yeah.
You know. I was like, okay, guys, here's a project. They want remixes. And
Let's work.
then, and then that's how we made that first EP.
Bad dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did it go? How was it?
It went well because immediately after releasing that Bad Dreams, like that's when I was now starting to get calls from like, yo, Don't Look Down Sky, yo, Go Chat.
Strategy.
Yo, Strategy, yeah. At that time, the guy that was running it was called Komotso.
Oh,
Yeah, Khomotso More.
Yes.
That's not his name. Come on.
No, not More, man. Khomotso, but I know Khomotso.
Yeah.
I know Khomotso, yeah.
Yeah, his sister is an
I think the
actress.
sister was, because she was also
Marona.
part of the,
Yeah.
She was part of the team.
Yes,
that would, respond to,
chatting,
yeah.
yes.
Such a cool guy.
Yeah. KG put me on.
Yeah.
He was the first guy. Because I was going there with Julian, again, the Julian collection.
Yeah.
Because Julian was playing there very early. Bro. I used to go with Julian. He was in his uniform.
Yeah,
you know.
that's the story.
Yeah. And that's how I met KG.
What are we talking about? Hit refresh? Or?
Yeah,
it was
which
because-
eventually became
Before
Hit
Hit
Refresh,
Refresh.
yeah.
Yeah. And then, KG and whatnot. And then when I played on Channel O, then people just started calling, right? Like radio shows, and everybody was like, okay, who's this guy? Yeah. So, and it was like the right time because not a lot of people were watching that show.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty underground.
Yeah,
you know. But it was also continental because the whole of Africa watching the show, you know. So that kind of like gave me a big push, you know. And then KG kept bringing me back. He's like, come back. And then after KG, it was Tea Tables.
Yes.
Tulani.
Yeah.
You know, and Tulani also played that kind of sound.
Tulani, man. Yeah, what happened? Last time I chatted to him, he was suffering from depression. I hope he's okay.
Yes. So I saw he moved to KZN.
Is it?
Oh,
man.
I think he's
I
on
hope
a
he's
farm
better.
now. I think.
Shout out to
Yeah, I know. Nothing's going to fix you except for
Yeah.
the farm.
Yeah.
Because you got busy every day there.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Tulani.
Tulani was running the ship there, bro.
yes.
Man. You know. So those are like the kind of guys that kind of give me that push, you know, even when not a lot of people knew who I was outside of like Pretoria, Sunnyside,
yes.
You know.
So it was mainly EPs. You only went full album like later on.
Yeah, much later.
From
I mean, my
2018.
first full album was with that House Africa one.
Oh.
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Is that the one that got the nomination, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was literally my first album.
So but you had released quite a lot of EPs.
Yes, in the build up to that,
Yeah, and collaborations.
Yeah.
You worked with a lot of guys from outside the country.
Yeah, through those kind of arrangements, you know, because I would give them a bunch of tracks, and then they'll say, okay, we like 1, 2, and then we'll get somebody to jump on and remix, you know, and then that's how we got the connection, you know, and only much later that I was releasing like 4 tracks EP, and it's just my tracks, you know,
with no remixes.
Yeah, I guess maybe the trust had to be built,
of course,
on the brand first. You know? You know, only around 2014, I was like, okay, that's when I met Eric Erickson from Swedish Brandy.
Yeah, shout out to Eric Erickson, man.
Yeah,
He's been to South Africa, ne?
Yes, I brought him down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, so because I've been buying a lot of his records.
Yeah.
And we hooked up on Facebook, and then he reached out. He's like, at that time I was now playing the deep vibes now.
Yeah. Now you were Cat like Cat what deep.
Yeah. So he was very interested in the deep vibes side, you know. And then he asked me for some tracks, and I sent him some tracks, and he was like, I like all of them. And then,
Nice.
he put them out, and
Yeah.
that's how the friendship started. And I
Yeah.
was like, my guy, your sound rocks in South Africa. You
Yeah,
need to be here.
you need to come here. Yeah.
And then
How
we
did that
arranged
go?
it. Yeah, I mean, it was just that because, like, and then he'd send me some of the stuff that he's not planning to release.
Yeah.
And he was
Oh.
and
What do you think of this?
Yeah, and I'd play them, and then I'd see the response, and I'm like, wow.
You'd record it, send it to him.
Well, I wasn't recording,
Yeah.
but I would tell him, I was like, hey, that song that you sent me.
Yeah.
And he's like, so really, like, South Africa really digs that kind of
Yeah,
sound. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
bruh, we really dig this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, and I was also starting to host events.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I've got a pretty cool network. I was kind of new in Joburg at the time, but I was getting into the Bram scene.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
So I knew a couple of guys who were doing events at clubs, so I arranged a series of events.
Yeah.
Around that 2 weeks, he was here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we did N Club, we did House 22.
Yeah.
We did Chaff Posey.
Yes.
So we did all of that,
So
that's
in
how
that, right? We all know, like, I'm with a bunch of DJs here.
Yeah.
Everyone, the crew here, the people are into music,
Yeah.
right? DJs and whatnot. Music is universal.
Yeah.
There's no gray areas. It blends into each
Yeah,
other, right?
yeah.
But subliminally, we know Guti, there is a black crowd, there's a white crowd, there's a colored crowd. Sometimes it mixes and whatnot, right?
I love
In
it
the-
when everyone is in their room.
Is in the room. So that's So my question then is to you is, what are the major differences between crossing over into these crowds? Do you see a difference, or is everyone the same?
No, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
There is a big difference.
Yeah.
But even that, like, I was kind of thrust into that kind of environment
Yeah.
because there were guys in those communities that were resonating with my stuff. I remember I got invited to the Red Bull Music Base Camp.
Yes.
I didn't apply or anything. I got invited. They're like, we like your stuff. We're having a conference. It's a week long. We've identified South Africa's top talent, up and coming, and it's
You're one of them.
and it's not just a particular genre, because the group I was with, Jezwell was there. That's where I met Jezwell.
Oh, shout out to
Jezwell,
Jezwell.
man.
Was that rock band Beatenberg?
Beatenberg, yeah. They did a song with Clock, no?
Clock,
Yeah.
Clock.
Oh yeah. It was quite a
Big
I
song.
remember that sound. It was sort of a
Yeah.
very popular
Big song, yeah.
commercial
And this
style.
is before anyone blew up.
Yeah.
This is 2013. Kespanyo West was there. Malum Cool Cat.
Shout out to Cool Cat. Such a cool dude.
Moonchild Saneli.
Moonchild, yeah. Crazy chick.
Yeah, so it was that kind of, caliber of, talent from different genres and everything.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of guys who were in the white scene. Also,
Yeah.
were doing techno
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah.
That's how now I met the guys that were running N Club.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you mean the owners or
Yeah.
They were not really the owners.
The guys that did Toy Toy and stuff. right?
Yeah.
the Toy Toy group?
Craig and them. Yeah.
Craig,
yeah.
Craig. Shout out
Shout
to
out,
Craig,
man.
man.
Yeah. And then I was surprised that
It was still Cafe X though, wasn't it?
I know
already
they had
ended
just
at the time.
launched
No.
N Club.
Remember it started in Rosebank.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
End was in Rosebank.
No. So the Toy it's
Oh, I know Toy Toy.
yeah. So they first started in Rosebank as an
Yeah.
underground scene, and then they moved to.
So this is
End.
where End was at the
Bramfontein,
theater.
in Bram, in Bram.
Under the stage there.
Underneath, remember?
Yeah.
Mvelo used to work there as a barman.
Yes. Mvelo also was that's where I met Mvelo.
Yeah.
He was the barman at the
End, yeah.
So
Very dark, but the sound has massive. Bro.
yeah. So it was that, So I was amazed that immediately after the base camp, Craig and them booked me for Toy Toy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like literally, the base camp ended Friday. The following week, I was playing Toy Toy. I was opening for Toy Toy.
Yeah.
And it's 100% white at
Yeah,
the time. At
yeah,
that time,
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it
now
was.
it's
100%, yeah.
yeah, but at the time it was just white people.
Yeah.
How was the tempo there? Were you running?
I'm opening, so
So you
I'm
were
the
chilled.
first guy playing, and then Craig was like, "Bruh, play you, play
You don't care. Him and the brother, right?
Yeah. They're like, "No, bruh, just rock what you rock." Yeah,
That's why we booked you.
yeah,
Yeah.
And they gave me 2 hours there on that nice voice system.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Quality.
Oh.
And
Bringing
then,
back a lot of memories.
and then I saw the response, from those people, and then I stayed chilled to hear what was played after. And the tempo just got up and up. But I was like, that same crowd, they rocked to what I was playing.
116, but at a very deep level.
Yeah, and I think also that was now giving me more confidence to start playing it out, because at that point it was still mainly like mixtape stuff.
So was it was it like close to minimal, or was it like
minimal dub techno.
Yeah.
So like the first hour I'd play a lot of dub, because they did tell me that it's a techno kind of event. I was pacing a bit, because I usually play like 116, 114 to 116. I was playing 117, 118. So it's still pretty low for a techno club.
Of course, very low.
They're probably thinking, hey, this guy's slow.
But like they were vibing with it, And then immediately after doing Toy Toy, then I was booked at it was the biggest festival at the time,
Opikopi.
Yeah. Then I got the Opikopi
dude.
booking, and I was like, Opikopi, what am I gonna play at Opikopi?
Yeah.
And again,
Were you at the Red Bull stage?
The Red Bull stage.
Yeah, it's proper. That's proper, dude. Yeah.
And again, the guys were like, no, just play you. Yeah. I got to Opikopi, I played me. The following week, they were booking me for Rocking Daisies.
Rocking the Daisies in Mpumalanga.
It was in Cape Town.
This guy, my man,
you're
getting the dope ones.
And it happened just like in like a 4-month kind of period, And then I was like, nah, okay, these people like my sound, so
I'm sticking to this.
Nice. And you've done a lot of festivals, ne? You've been like a festival guy, bro.
Yes. Mostly that they love that sound at the festivals. Especially daytime. Before it gets hectic.
Bro, you played at Wolfkop Festival.
I played Wolfkop. That was the Tulani
connection. Nice, man. And also you did Boiler Room.
I did Boiler Room. So
how was that experience?
Boiler Room was dope because it was in Pretoria. Also. It was in Pretoria, and we had just begun kind of a new scene in Pretoria at the time, because there were a bunch of cool guys who had just acquired the space called African Beer Emporium. And they were like, okay, we want to make this space pop, but it's not genre specific or anything. And then they were hosting these Tshwane Fontaine parties there, and like the city was coming alive, because a lot of those buildings were dilapidated at the time.
They revamped them, right?
And it was the revamp of the city, and it was kind of a vibrant
something similar to Mabone.
They were following the Mabone kind of model. And then Boiler Room came to South Africa, and then they were like, we want all Pitori lineup.
Who was on the lineup?
It was me, it was Lamis, it was some Bacardi guys.
I like that, because now they're crossing everything that's dance related. They don't just make it a deep house.
It wasn't a deep house.
They've got Bacardi, they've got Lamis who's gonna do the commercial poppy stuff.
DJ Mapentani.
Nice, man.
So like, they were like, these are the leaders in all these sub genres.
And you were that guy.
And then we had legendary set by Oskido.
Oh, nice.
Closing off.
Shout out to man.
So that was dope also, and that led also to a lot of gigs, because that's what led to now international bookings. Then I went to Germany, I went to Morocco, and because of the Boiler Room.
I wanted to speak to you. I wanted to ask you about Morocco. Germany, I kind of get where you would go in terms of sound, but Morocco, what did you play in Morocco? Because I think that's like,
So-
you do it every year, right?
Yeah. So with Morocco, I saw that it also was kind of an international event. Unlike where it's a club and you're the only international.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of artists from all over the
Sort
globe.
of like
the
a festival
globe.
style.
Yeah, because it was a 3-day party.
Yeah.
Then it is. Yeah.
It's a 3-day party at a hotel in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
So there I felt like I needed to kind of represent where I'm from.
Right.
So my set, even though it was still a very cat like cat set, but it was 100% South Africa.
Well done.
Yeah, it was the whole
As you
set,
should. I think,
Yeah, but
Yeah, so I was pushing the local sound.
Yeah.
it's the main reason why they were approaching him in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So the
represent your
original
country,
sound.
right?
Yeah. So that whole set was 100% local. But it was still techy and deep. And,
And that's in Morocco.
Yeah.
And then in Germany, we're in
That
Berlin.
was a club. So
Yeah.
they are just
Okay,
rocking.
yeah.
Where in Germany?
Frankfurt.
Oh, Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who were your connect there?
It was the same connection.
Same
yeah.
connection.
Yeah, that was the boiler room connection.
Yeah.
Then they came back a year later. We shot a documentary. Took them around the country. We visited a couple of DJs. And I remember we went to Vinny's house.
Right.
We chilled with Vinny there. Levo Oskido talking about the history of dance music in South Africa. It's still up there on YouTube. It's a dope one.
I'm gonna check it out.
That was the whole boiler room connection. There, yeah.
And that connection now is still exists.
Yeah, it's still there. It's just that
Because I think you've done it twice, ne?
yeah. But with boiler room at the time they were working very closely with Ballantyne.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sponsored for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I got in the mix because Ballantyne developed this through music.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yes.
Program. Yes,
Yeah.
Ballantyne, and then they approached me to be part of the True Music Project.
Yeah.
And then the True Music Project is what led to the boiler room.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's all a whole chain,
Man.
Ulikhuwa. Nobona sikhuluma nengamba.
Yeah.
Bathi ngamba basuke
Yeah.
And then you also went to Sexy Groovy
Sexy Groovy Love.
Love Festival.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Tell me about that, man.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah, it happened like Opi Kopi because even Opi Kopi they brought me for a second time. Even Daisies, they were like, "Hey, next year." come
Opi
back."
Kopi is something else, eh?
Yeah.
I've done Opi Kopi.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, so I did Opi Kopi twice. I did Daisies twice.
Yeah.
I did Groovy Sexy Love twice, and it was just amazing. Also because it was it's a Cape Town brand. They usually host their festivals in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And then now they were doing Joe's.
Yeah. So they want people they can relate to.
Yeah.
The first person they could
Yeah,
call, right?
yeah. And also, it was very close with the guys at Toy Toy.
Yeah, Craig and the guys. Yeah.
And but I think by default, that's what they had kind of access to, in that kind of sound. Because, I mean, that the first time we did Groovy Sexy Love, the only two like black DJs, it was just me and Transmix Soul.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
And Transmix Soul at the time was playing techno.
Yeah.
Proper techno.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he would be like much later.
Yeah.
And but I rocked my set, played house, the way I know house. Yeah. And they loved it. And they were like, bruh, we're coming back in a couple of months. We need you back here.
Yeah.
And the experience there was amazing. It was in Milder's Drift next to a river there, the nice sound system.
I know that venue. There's been a couple of done some gigs with Whitey Divine and the guys. Yeah,
it's almost that Wolf Cop.
Yeah. It's a dope venue, but in winter it's very cold because of the water that flows there. Yeah. I want to mention 5 names, right? And I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind when I mention these guys, right? You can tell me a story or whatever that it is that you want to mention, right? The first name is Migs for Real.
Yeah, like I said, Migs was Yeah, Mix was one of the first guys that we kind of aspired to, especially because Mix played minimal,
Yeah.
which was very weird in
Taboo,
Pretoria at the
yeah.
time. Yeah.
But I like,
Yeah.
you know, Soro Pazamis.
Yeah.
I love the fact that, you know, you're mentioning Rudy Transmix was also playing techno.
Yeah.
Like how you guys had moved into a different.
You know, you're just going into my question because that's where I was going.
Okay, let him finish.
But great minds think alike.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Okay, let him finish giving Mix his flowers.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mixara.
So also, like when you're in high school and you're a young kid and you play at these parties, there's always like older guys, Baba Groover.
Yeah.
You know, and they would always tell me about Mix.
Yeah.
You know, because at the time I knew the name, but I wasn't out, you know, because I was too young, you know, and there wasn't like any compilations out yet at the time, you know. And then when I started like buying, I met the guy.
Yeah.
I just didn't know
that it's him.
Yeah.
You just thought, who's this weird looking dude?
Yeah, well, he was at the store. He was the guy who like, everybody at the store is laughing because that character.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen him DJ, you know. So I met him before I knew who he was.
Yeah.
You know, and then a couple of years later, when now I was starting to go out. That's when like I was like, oh, that's me.
Yeah, it's the guy that I used to see at the shop. Yeah,
I know this guy. And then I had always been hearing whatever you play very close to
Mix's stuff.
Yeah. And then there was always that comparison. Do you think you better than Mix?
Yeah, you're like, hey, guys, come on,
I don't even know the guy. Like, I've never heard him play. Yeah. At the time, those were the guys that I was always being compared to. It was Mix, Silly Bean, all the time.
Hey, compared to today,
like,
Ingos.
Yeah. But I had never seen those guys. I didn't know who they were. Like the only DJs that I knew from back then, especially because I'm from Ga-Rankuwa, Nilibona, still
Positive K, the guys. Yeah.
Those were the names that I knew.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden there's a guy called Silly Bean that everybody's raving around.
Yeah.
And everywhere I play, they're like, yeah.
Do you know how much people love Silly Bean?
Oh, dude,
it's amazing.
My man.
Yes, Michael Jackson.
He's Michael Jackson. Yeah, he's the Michael Jackson of house. You know.
Yeah, but then the older I grew, and people started to hear really what my taste was. They was like, no, you are closer to Mix.
Yeah.
Mix, that's what he plays, you know. So I was always like, I was always like, okay, no, if I'm going to DJ proper where I want to play, I need to follow this guy. You know, where he plays, that's probably where I'll be appreciated.
So he was your blueprint.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. He was one of the guys that was like, okay, if Babuga mix it up, chances are they're gonna like what I do.
They'll like what I do. Yeah. Look, man, shout outs to Mix.
So Mix was like a distant mentor.
Yeah.
You know,
without him knowing.
Considering that he's actually a mentor.
Yeah. You know, it's in him. It's just in him. You know. And then by the time I started playing House 22, that's when now I was starting to bump into him a lot
regularly
on the same lineup. I think that's now where he started warming up to me. He's like, oh, Fire Odala stuff there, you know. You know, and then we've always been that kind of distant mentor.
And
I was like, that's kind of the route, because we all knew the DJ. Even though Kale, you'd find all types of DJs in a party, but we always knew who would play like the really deep stuff. You know? And he was always, because Bosili had these
sort of funky
sound and whatnot.
It's funky.
You know, and then they had these big parties, the morning meal, Ga-Rankuwa, happening on Sunday evenings. But I knew that I had to get there early because usually mix now I'm 11. You know, and that was early at the time.
Yeah. Sure. Funny. Yeah.
We're shy 66.
Yeah. Now for like 6 Monday morning.
Yeah.
I don't want to take you to Tomovaya.
Yeah. Then you're like, hey, it's time to go.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
You know, but he was that guy who'd make us come earlier. You know, we don't want to miss mix because we're probably not gonna hear that stuff again anyway.
In the night.
There are guys who gonna come and rock, but if you go elsewhere, they're playing big songs.
Yeah.
That a lot of people have.
Yeah.
You know, and Mix would always be that guy who'd play stuff
Distinct.
I will probably never hear again.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
so
Migs, man. So shout outs to Migs, man.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
Pretoria's finest. I think one of the
Yeah,
best to ever
yeah,
do it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
just he's different,
yeah,
but very cool.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And
that's
and also his alter egos even worse.
and you can meet
Kimangolo,
and you can meet all in one day.
Yeah, in one day, right?
What's the name of that character? Shiny clothes.
Spiced pineapple. Yeah.
Shout out to Spice, man.
So that's mixed, right? The second DJ is DJ Buhle.
So Butle, I met again through the N Club connection.
Right.
You know, I'd seen Butle on TV only.
Yeah.
Is that the Sangoma show or was it when she was
No,
DJing?
no, way before the Sangoma show. On the Channel O
Yeah.
TV
Hit
show.
Refresh,
Yeah.
all those, yeah.
On Hit Refresh, you know. That's where I saw Butle, you know. But I'd never seen her in a club. And, you know, hearing this kind of music on TV and in a club, it smacks different. It's not the same.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and it needs like big bass and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because it's not very melodic.
Yeah.
You know. So I heard that she was mixing smooth and she was playing something close to what I was playing, but I never really followed her much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then we started getting booked together at N Club.
Right.
Yeah. And I remember the first time I heard her live. Hey, baseline galore. I was like, yay! That's my type there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where now we made the connection.
Yeah.
And then naturally, because our sounds are so close.
You gravitate towards each other. Yeah.
You know, and also I was new in the city, you know, and I needed to make connections with guys who...
Joburg,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That
Oh,
played
so you
close
had
to-
moved to Joburg full time?
Yeah, I moved in 2012. I moved to Joburg in 2012. So, yeah, because I was seeing that I was starting to get booked a lot for the stuff that I like
Yeah.
in Joburg.
Yeah.
I was still getting booked in Pretoria, but it was always for something a bit more pacier. You know.
Yeah.
Except for maybe like a House 22.
Right.
You know, and there was very few venues at the time.
Yeah.
That had that kind of crowd. you know.
Yeah.
But in Joburg, it was so many, and it was
variety.
Yeah, you know, it was the Bram era,
Yeah.
and Newtown and
Maboning.
Maboning.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, and then when you make connections, they tell you about other DJs.
Yeah.
You know, do you know this guy? Do you know this guy?
Yeah.
And that's how I heard about AD Fleming. Every time I went to play, they're like, bruh, you sound like AD, bruh.
Shout out to
AD
Eddie Fleming, man. Yeah, one of the
you know.
best to ever do it.
Yeah. And again, I'd never heard AD, I'd never seen him, you know, but people kept telling me about, bruh, the sound you play,
Yeah.
that's AD.
Eddie. Yeah.
What a cool dude, man.
What such a cool dude.
Yeah.
You know? So by the time I met him, I kind of already knew about him, but I had never heard him.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And when I met him, I was like, yeah, no, straight, I can nada. Yeah. So it was that kind with Buhle also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, we've been close ever since. Like,
Yeah.
because we kind of the only few that kept to that sound. 'Cause
Yeah.
it kept changing and a lot.
Look,
but, you know,
Buhle is unapologetic about her sound.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get anything different. You can book her and say you're
No,
gonna book her with
she's a specialist.
commercial. She will not compromise.
She's a specialist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
and-
what she compromised.
Yeah.
And I like her for that.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that she's set an identity for herself and she lives that identity, right? Yeah. So
And
shout out
she executes it flawlessly.
flawlessly.
All the time.
One of the best DJs we have in the country.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's DJ. That's number 2, right? Number 3 is Kid Funk.
So Kid Funk, Again, when I moved this side with the connection, Red Bull Base Camp.
Yeah.
That's where I met Kid Funk.
Yeah.
I think he gave a guest lecture or he was booked at one of the parties of the conference. Yeah. It's when I met Kid Funk. And then I was staying in Melville at the time.
Okay.
And then Ellen used to do a lot of parties in Melville.
Yeah.
But they were not even house parties. They were playing like alternative, lounge,
Bossa Nova.
And at Kitchener's also.
Was it the Two Sides of a Beat?
Yes,
right?
Two Sides. Yes.
Was that with Julian? Yeah?
No,
with Kid Funk.
Oh, Kid Funk. Sorry.
Yeah. And then he booked me to one of the Two Sides.
Two Sides. Yeah.
And I was like, this guy has got good taste, because I heard the other DJs that were playing after me and before me, and they were completely different.
Yeah. That's Two Sides.
But the people there appreciated all of it.
Everything.
And I was like, okay, this is one of the guys that I need to know, because like I want to have crowds like that. That are open-minded. That, they don't want just one sound. And then the universe being the universe. 2 years down the line, Tim White gives me a call and he's like, bro, we're working on a House Africa project. We've already spoken to so and so and so and so. They're going to be on the project. And one of the guys is Kid Funk.
Yeah.
And then because of that project now we were working closely. We did activations and whatnot. And that's where the friendship kind of
solidified.
And then Valentine started the Tree Music stuff, and then Tree Music started working with Stay True Music.
Yeah, Stay True,
so even more projects together. So that's kind of like, now it was the brotherhood. Anytime Ellen has stuff, he
gives
knows,
you a call.
Then he got the show on 5FM. And
you started doing mixes there as well,
started
right?
Doing mixes there. So
you had some dope mixes there, my friend.
Thanks,
some dope mixes. I used to listen to them. I mean, when he interviews, by that time, I'm like, shit. He just blew my mind. Right?
That House Africa, that was your first album?
Yeah.
It was not Inception.
So Inception was the album.
Oh, okay.
So they made it a compilation of 5 albums. Was it 5 or 4?
Oh, so
I think it was 4. Yeah, it was 4 CDs. Yes, it was 4 CDs. So I had a whole album.
It was Inception,
Yes, Jezwell had an album. And then Just Move Records.
Just Move,
with Miguel. And they also had an album, though it was various producers. But from Just Move. And then also Stay True had a album there with various producers from Stay True.
Also yours and Jezwell.
There was
full albums.
Yeah. So we licensed the album on a temporary. I think it was a 5-year lease
with House Africa.
With House Africa, So when that lapsed, I released it again as Inception on its own.
Okay, it makes sense because I was getting confused. I'm like, what's... Because it seems like it's the same year, same everything.
No, it's the very same album. We didn't change anything. Because that was a compilation. Because that's what the award was. It was best compilation of the year.
Yeah, that's what it said. Best compilation, right? Yeah. Or you were part of that, right? Okay. So that's
he's got an award there at home. They're sitting. Bro. What awards were they?
I think it was best compilation, and then there was best
underground.
Underground.
Yeah, but together the umbrella of the
DMS. It was Dance Music South Africa.
Was it that one from Christos?
No. It was the guys that were doing Soul Candy.
So we've had a lot of
Ricardo and the
dance
guys.
Ricardo. So it was dance music.
Music
awards.
Yes, dance music awards. Yeah, that's why they had like best house underground. And
I wonder why
whatnot,
they
yeah.
discontinued that because there's a
Yeah,
space.
it ran
there's a
for like
space
4
that.
years, I think.
Yeah, there's so much space.
Oh,
for
and I was also nominated for DJ of the Year.
DJ of the year, right?
Yes.
Did you take that award?
No, Shimza took that.
Oh, okay. But the fact that you're nominated says a lot about you. as well, right? Yeah. So that's the third DJ. The fourth DJ you touched briefly on, but I want to get a little detail with him. Transmix Soul.
Yeah, so Transmix Soul is one of those guys that also get in proximity,
Yeah.
you know, because he's from Sosha.
Yeah.
I'm from Orchards, very close. So
Yeah.
we'd always end up in
The same spaces. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah. And then, but like we never really got close
Yeah.
until we met again in Joburg.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
So I'd always known about him, Kukasi and everything. Pilar Kopanaku, short left and whatnot, you know, because at the time, short left was pushing deep and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I'd seen him, and he was also producing.
Yes.
So
yeah.
so when I started seeing guys who were getting deals from abroad, he was one of the guys. You know, I think he
Yeah.
was on Seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and quite early also, like 2008-9, I think. You know, so. But I never really got to know him until the Red Bull base camp, which was now in Joburg. And then naturally, when we in Jozi, we want homeboy. Hey,
Lebara.
Lebara. Kandelo ena wa fitla.
Yeah.
And then that's.
But you guys became quite close, right?
Yeah,
Because I mean, I would see you at these events and.
Yeah. Because we ended up working. Don't Look Down. Also,
Yes.
So and then that's where now we met for LSG.
Yeah.
You know, all there live Minjo from Minjo and Essential Eye.
Yeah.
Damn,
Essential Eye. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so Essential Eye is from Ga-Rankuwa. You know, so Essential Eye knew him from like, you know.
I didn't know.
You know,
Oh man.
yeah, you
We
know,
are
so,
connected with most of these dudes.
yeah.
And you know, I'm very intrigued by Transmix Soul. Now that you mentioned that he played techno.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I just have this thing that where I feel like I would really love to know stories about Transmix Soul.
Yeah.
You know, like have him sit where you're sitting.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about
Yeah.
him. I don't know what triggered it.
So I think
That was before they went to Ibiza.
Yeah, I think it's the transition of Transmix Soul to what he is now. Because I mean, Transmix started off as a soulful DJ.
Yes.
Even his production
is soulful.
very soulful, you know.
Yes.
But how he transcended from soulful to deep to tech to Afro is something really to be desired. Because I mean, his transition was really just he just propelled, you know, just like boom,
and
was
when
doing something totally different.
and when he gets into something, he goes all in.
Oh, dude, like what he's doing now,
He goes all in. Yeah. So
I think for me, he's also like the next big thing after Abu Shimza, because his direction now is that the international
Afro.
stuff, you know, and I'm so proud of him.
and
man.
he's also doing well on the event side.
Because
honestly, right now
he used to host those dope ones in Pretoria.
ABE. I mean, his event is the only one that's left. They're still pushing like house, you know, on a big scale.
Go
Pitur.
Yeah.
Go Pitur. It's the only one. It's the Transmix sessions. There's nothing else.
Shout out to
So,
Transmix Soul, man.
Yeah, I know he's definitely a pioneer.
Love his
you
work.
know.
I love what
So
he does.
yeah,
man.
work ethic high, kind of. That's
Very
what
proper.
made us like close, you
Yeah.
know. So yeah, we've been working together since then, you know. So even now, because now I was with him sometimes 7 days a week, because we go spanning together Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Weekend we gigging.
Yeah.
If I'm free, it's like, hey Joe,
Let's go.
away.
Nice.
He's free. Hey Joe, away.
Let's
You
go.
know,
Yeah. Are you guys still that tight?
Yeah, it's just, but again, proximity, because he's back in Pretoria
He's
now.
still in Pretoria.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
But I mean, whenever he has projects, whenever I have projects,
Yeah.
you know, you got play na kwele ki hosta tselesa ko brew house.
FBI Pruhab, yeah. He was there to
He was my connection actually.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how I got to see them.
Yeah.
And I got to know the owner. It
Yeah.
was through Transmix.
Yeah, because I know he knows a lot of the owners in the establishments in Pretoria.
Yeah,
You know, they really gravitate towards him. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's that kind of guy.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Transmix Soul, man. And the last name is the obvious one, and you also touched briefly on him, Thulani the Warrior.
Yeah. Blast them, warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think when you hear my sound, he's probably the biggest influence of them all.
Yeah.
You know, I always say that I looked at Bovini and Glenn Lewis, but because they were the popular ones.
Yes.
At the time, you know. Yes, Thulani was on radio, so I wouldn't say he wasn't popular, but he wasn't mainstream. Yeah, he
It's
wasn't.
the sound, yeah.
Yeah,
At that
you
time,
know.
people frowned upon that sound.
Yeah, you know, I'd hear other DJs mixing on radio, and then I'd hear those songs at parties, at clubs, you know, but I'd never hear what Thulani played.
Also, he sold records
Yeah,
because he was at a record shop.
yeah.
But I mean, if you think about it, I mean, Libo Iggy, they were selling records, but you would hear their records.
Yeah.
But
Sound,
the
yes.
thing
Yeah.
about Thulani's sound is
Yeah.
that you would hear it on radio, and that was the last
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you needed to hear that sound, you needed Thulani there.
Yeah.
I remember we used to go to Mental Groove. Is it
Mental Groove, yes.
Mental Groove
now
there.
it's gone. It got
Yeah.
dissolved into Soul Candy, but yeah, that
There was another one he worked on before Mental Groove. I forgot what it was.
it's the same. It's the same. No, it's the same owners. They just changed names.
They changed the name.
They
ne?
changed the name. Yeah.
And yeah, when we wanted Urasta, he was really like very dubby
Yeah.
with his sound. And
Still is.
yeah, he still is. But so I sort of took it from him.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to move away from sounds that will be
Yeah,
too
the deep soulful stuff.
soulful.
Yeah.
Just too soulful, you know. Kind of didn't want vocals too much on my sound, you know. I just wanted the music to do the talking. And then he was on that level.
Yeah.
So this is how we ended up now changing record shops.
Yeah.
You know, we'll be like, okay, this week we're not buying from House
How's
of
Africa? Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go
also,
to Mental
Yeah,
Groove.
we go
Yeah.
to Thulani the Warrior. We know
Yeah.
because when you get there, it's gonna give you something completely
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I got a lot of collection from Warrior.
Thulani,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and then again, and he doesn't have a lot of compilations out. There was those
Yeah.
CD compilations.
Look, he's got a sizable amount.
I mean,
it's
Yeah,
just
but-
that it was
but,
underground, you
yeah.
know.
are you saying maybe not when he actually managed to release his own, when he was still working, when he was still a DJ, before he became a record executive?
He was releasing with Mental Groove as well.
Oh, yeah?
I think he
Yeah.
had a three-part compilation series. The name escapes me now, but it was a 3-part compilation, man. The name escapes me
There was
now.
one with the
But
cover,
yeah,
airplane kind of.
yeah, in the car,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was the 3-part series, and then he moved when he became a label. Then he started doing the other stuff. So he has a sizable amount. It's just that it wasn't as popular as the mainstream. You know?
You know, yeah. So and especially for me in Pretoria,
Yeah.
you know, if I step into a music and it's not there,
Yeah.
it kind of doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
True.
And
Okay.
it's not on radio.
Yeah.
You know, so again, when I moved to Joburg, starting to play a warm up,
Yeah.
with you,
Yeah.
that's when I also saw actually no, my sound works.
It's okay,
Yeah,
we're okay,
it's
yeah.
okay,
We're
you
not
know.
missing a step.
Yeah.
It's multiracial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiracial
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
You know, and I became like warm up was like a pilgrimage.
Yeah.
When I got to Josie, you know.
Yeah.
So I never missed warm up.
Yeah, man, yeah.
And
Shout
I
out
was
to,
always
what's his name?
Fat Jack.
Fetche.
Fetche,
you
yeah.
know.
And the whole-
And this legendary brother here.
Yes,
He was also
Yeah.
a resident.
He
at
was
the
a
warm up.
resident,
Yeah. you
Ish,
know.
Linda, when
Look,
it gets
Warm Up Man was a different beast. It was a beast. It just, it really just flipped the dance music scene in that it made it possible. Not even possible. It made it evident that crowds are able to connect,
Yes.
and we are able to connect through sounds
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we were just deep, and there you had every
Multicultural.
multicultural.
No,
Everybody,
you remember when I had Mamba ngiphethe isitoko sengamla.
Yeah.
You would take her to
Besengazi ukuthi
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ngifonela uBrian ethi
Yeah.
wenza amaphasi lapho. Serima kho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I think because Thulani, you know, and that's why I'm asking you about Thulani because Thulani is just like Ubuhle. he's pioneered the deep house culture.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
deep house is, you look at Tulani,
Yes.
he's deep house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he lived it,
Yeah.
and he plays it, and he
sells
eats,
it.
he sells it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He lives that.
Tulani is an unsung hero, right? Like,
Unsung.
he's
Totally unsung, and I
he's
don't
the
think we
anchor.
celebrate him
He's
enough.
the anchor of everything that
Yeah.
that we're doing as the underground. You know,
We don't celebrate that dude enough.
Yeah,
Look,
no.
let's be honest, right? We are a platform,
Yeah.
right? HertzNTalez is a platform.
Yeah.
He comes here.
Yeah.
It's a serious elevation from who he is and where he is right now.
Yeah.
So if you want him to be easily celebrated, is that people need to know. You see, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
People, he has a very huge crowd.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
fans and people who like his sound.
Listen to the-
And he has a sort of, what do you call it? Like a cult type
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
of
Following.
following,
Yeah.
of following, right?
Yes.
But he's not a camera guy. He doesn't come out and speak to his people,
Yeah.
which is what we are, right? We are a platform for him.
Yeah.
He needs to come, and he knows he needs to come. He's been told a million times by his own supporters.
Yeah.
He needs to come because
Yeah.
they love him, but they
Yeah.
want to know more.
Yeah.
You know, they want to know
Yeah.
where did he come from?
Yeah.
Why, like he's here like a
Yeah.
wizard.
Yeah.
How does he get
And that's
to
why I
do
get
it?
it. Like you know, I heard Tulani on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Ne? But then Wi-Fi I change, you know. And then he completely dropped off my radar for a couple of years.
Yeah, yeah.
Until warm up.
Yeah.
You
That's when
know,
you reconnected with the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. So for a lot of he was like a myth to me. You know?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Like you're saying a wizard.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
mystical
saying.
figure,
Yeah.
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 Mythical. Is it mythical?
Yeah.
Mystical figure,
Mystical,
yeah.
yeah. Those
Yeah.
kind of people.
That's Tulani the Warrior. Those are my 5 because I think they speak
Is
to...
that 5, dog?
It's 5, my man.
Shit.
It was, it's 5. It's 5. It feels like there should be more, right?
like
Because I like the fact that you can relate stories
Yeah.
to all of them. And that's why I chose those particular people, because they speak to who he is as a DJ,
Yeah.
you know? They speak to who you are as a producer as
Yeah.
well, you know? So...
Now
So-
that you're mentioning production,
You know what I'm saying? So that's why, I mean, for you, Cat La Cat, has radio been something that you'd always wanted to do?
Yes. Because I think I heard house music first on radio. Yeah. I mean, like the time I heard house music was on Radio Bob.
Yeah.
You know, that was my first experience with house music. You know, I would hear it late night on Radio Bob,
Yeah.
weekends, you know, and not even knowing it's house music, you know. But that was my first like exposure to something that's not a mainstream sound, you know, because there was
At the time.
yeah, because there were like mainstream house music that would hear or even see music videos of like Bo Frankie Knuckles. I'm not talking about like Chicago house, you know, like the
You mean
underground stuff, you know.
Europe House, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I heard that on radio, so I always wanted to be involved in radio. Yeah, even though I never really actually pursued like working on radio. Yeah, because other things happened. You know,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Lifed.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, but I'm in broadcast, so I'm close enough.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
work for the corporation.
Yeah, you know, I'm a TV guy, but
Yeah.
yeah.
How's that going for you? Are you enjoying it? Given the choice,
Yeah.
would you continue with it or would you switch over to radio?
I would switch over to radio because I feel like what I do would be more appreciated in radio.
Let's
But-
just put the disclaimer out there. Corporation, he's just saying that because of the podcast. He's not saying he wants to quit his job.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't think I want to quit my job. Yeah, but I do enjoy what I'm doing because it's focused on sound.
Yeah.
I focus on sound. I'm a post-production engineer. I focus on sound, and that's what I love about it. You know, like it allows me to like just. It was kind of a dream job that I didn't know of growing up because I didn't know that kind of job existed. You know, but I'd always see studios, and I thought it was only music thing, you know. And then getting into sound engineering, that's when I was now exposed to other career paths, but that are linked to what I like, which is sound.
Which is sound.
You know,
Ultimately,
you know, even with music, I think it's the sound that drew me into it.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
So I enjoy it because it allows me to only focus on what I really like, you know. And yeah, but it's TV. Most people, when they watch TV, sound is the last thing they think of.
Yeah.
You know, even
visual,
even if they give a shout out to a dope production, you'll hardly say, and the mixing on that program. You know, so yeah, it's there, it's necessary, but I think it's underappreciated in that kind of, you know, path. You know? So I do think I would be able to be more creative and express myself better in a radio environment than a TV environment. Yeah.
That's dope.
That's dope.
And then let's talk production, right?
Yeah.
Music production.
Yeah.
Got Your Number.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that song.
Yeah.
Do you think that would be one of your biggest songs? Or you have something that
What a tune.
I don't have to think.
You know.
The numbers don't lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Got your number. The numbers don't lie.
I got your number. Yeah.
That again was the universe, you know, because when I got the call from Team White for that project, I was living with the couple.
As in stay in the same place?
We're living in the same
roommate.
flat.
Whoa.
He was my roommate.
Really?
Shout out to
flatmate,
the couple, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Another one needs to come here. Okay. Continue, my G.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was that. Like I had ganged a couple beats that he would do even on my system.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Wow.
yeah. So that's how that specific, those two tracks that were in the album happened. He was there, all the time, So like he was planning, I would leave him with my laptop, because he was on Logic.
Yeah.
I'm on Ableton, but we had the connection here Fruity also.
Okay.
That's like where you start with the
beats
and then move to
so obviously producers, we talk plugins and whatnot, and then I'll tell him about a plugin or a VST that I have, and he's like, no, I want to check it out. Nico says he'll check it out. He's gonna make a banger on it. That's him checking it out.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's
yeah.
And
he'll just leave it there on your system. You're like, if you,
I did it.
No, I see it, but I still prefer the other one.
Here's the proof.
Yeah. So,
Jeez, man.
So that's how that came about, because I was living with the guy. And when I got the call, I was like, hey, bruh, so, and nante kisa beriki on an album. I've just been focused on EPs. Now I've got a deadline, but I've also got a 9 to 5. During the week,
I can't work.
And he was like, nah, bro, we'll go through some
choose,
stuff. And then see the ones you like, then finish them off.
Sure. Wow.
So that's how Got Your Number was born.
Yeah, Lee, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
See. Yeah.
Did you credit him?
Yeah, it's Aquatone, I get it now.
Oh, Aquatone,
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Shout
way.
out to Aquatone.
AKA.
And at the time, because at the time he was positioning his brand as an Afro. So
as a Da Capo.
Yes, so we didn't want to use Da Capo, But I was like, no, I can't take full credit because you worked on it. I was like, no, I'll give you an alter ego. I haven't released with it. It will be a new artist.
And also, that's how Aquatone was born.
Yes. Those were the first Aquatone releases.
That call from Kid Funk, obviously you guys had a relationship prior to that. But what inspired the call to say, Emina, I want you to release something with us?
So The one stay true. I think it's probably one of the very few that it was I saying, bruh, check this out.
Oh.
Yeah. Because Ellen is always looking for music.
For music, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one thing I know. Every time I see Ellen, he's gonna tell me, hey, bruh, send me something.
No, China Chameleon can also attest to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So every time we bump into each other, he'd be like, send me something.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, okay. You know, so then I hooked up with a guy called Liu. And so Liu is a very analog guy. HK Malama.
Right.
Because Malama were the first people that I saw making house music.
Yeah.
Analog stuff, you know.
Is that reel to reel?
No, like the drum machines.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The synthesizers, you know, because I was coming from Fruity Loops, the VSTs and all that, you know. So I met this guy, Liu, and I heard him play live. Hager Live, he was literally making the music on the spot at one of these festivals. Was it Daisies? I think that, yeah.
He's also the guy that does the bookings, right? Liu.
No. Liu is a chef.
Okay.
Yeah. The chef is traveling around the world. He's a
Would
chef.
you mention something about Liu?
Yeah, Bootleg is close with. Yeah. Bootleg is released on Liu's label.
Yeah. I remember something along those lines.
Yeah. Dope, talented guy. And then he invited me to his studio. And he was like, yeah, let's do something hybrid. You come with your stuff, you know. And then we did stuff there. And then he asked me, like, who do you think would like this? And I was like, you know what? Last week I was with Ellen. And Ellen said, you want some music? Let's do a couple more.
Send it to him.
Yeah, I was like, let's do a couple more. And then package it. And then we're here. Yeah. So we hooked up for like another 3-4 sessions. Did some more stuff. And then I think after we had like 7 tracks, then I went to Ellen. I was like, hey, we've got 7 tracks. You tell me which one you like. And then Ellen was like, nah, we can do an EP. It took 4.
Nice.
Yeah, and yeah, that's how the first release with Stay True as Cat Like Cat Straight happened. Yeah, because I was also involved in Bilo Jazz's project.
Bilo Jazz,
shout out
Bilo
to
Jazz.
Bilo
Yeah,
Jazz,
shout out to Bilo,
Yeah. Another guy I lived with.
Yeah. Oh, you lived with him as well?
Yeah.
The dots are connecting.
Yeah, no, I lived with Bilo. We met at school.
I'm going to live with you as well. I need some inspiration.
That's it.
Yeah, so again, because I was always with him, we had a lot of songs that we worked on together. And then, yeah, he told me that he would want to do something for Stay True. And we worked on stuff. And I was like, yeah, I think this would suit the label. Yeah. And then, yeah.
And then there was did you have another album after?
Then we did an album together.
All right.
Me and Bilo.
Yes.
What is that process like?
Yeah.
Took long.
It didn't take long because I was living with the guy. Like I said,
so you guys were making almost everything.
Yeah.
There's something that you guys cook.
Yeah.
What was the name of that one?
What did we call it?
It's not Ben's All Day.
No, that was mine. Konjo was it? I think it's The Sun. The Sun. Yeah. So
and it was the both of you on that album.
Just the both of us on it. So we were just making all these songs, and then we had a lot of songs. We just chose a few and packaged them, and then we dropped that. Yeah. So yeah, that's how that happened. Yeah.
Your go-to is Ableton.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why Ableton? Yes, you started off with Fruity Loops, but what is it about Ableton that said, this speaks to me?
At first it was just the nerd in me, because I've gone through all of them. Yeah, all of them, because I started with Fruity.
Yeah.
And then I discovered there was another one called eBay. EJs, not eBay. EJs.
Yeah.
But EJs was just loops. And then Then there was Reason,
Yes.
and I got into Reason, and then I got into that Rewire kind of setup with Reason and FL Studio at the time. What again? Fruity at the time, because FL now. Evacuate no Fruity. FL and Reason. Then I got onto Cubase at school.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I started studying sound at school, we were using Cubase, so I studied on Cubase.
Yeah.
And then when I started working, it was now Pro Tools. And so I've been checking all of them out just because I'm inquisitive about music technology. Yeah. So
as you should.
Yeah. Yeah. And all of them except for Fruity. Fruity is nice. Fruity, you can get a sound out a decent guy your first day.
Okay.
The others, they are so scientific looking and so serious. Like for me, they don't inspire me. When I open Cubase, I'm like, yeah, now Gaspar.
Yeah.
How's Logic?
Yeah.
Huh?
Logic.
Same.
Ne?
Same. I think I like Logic that it has a sequencer that's close to FL. You know, but Akidibula, and like I'm not inspired. So Ableton, I stumbled on it curiosity. Okay, I start seeing a lot of the people that I follow that make music.
Yeah.
When I check what about Spanish, I think at the time I had read or saw an interview Steaming.
Yeah.
And he was using Ableton, even though he uses a lot of outboard gear, but he was summing everything into Ableton and arranging Ableton. And he was saying he performs live with Ableton.
Okay.
Okay, let me check this thing out. And Leona, when you open it, it doesn't look inviting, but
it's intimidating.
Yeah, but because I'd seen big producers that I like their sound, especially the techie stuff.
Yeah.
Most of them are on Ableton. Yeah. So I was like, no, I gotta know this thing. And once it made sense to me, it became super fun. Yeah. And it can be a hindrance at some point because I enjoy it too much. And then I get stuck in a loop. Like I would make a banger, Mari, not arrange it. Because as you're making music, you're jamming.
Yeah.
Ableton allows you to jam. That's why people can make music on the spot at a gig on Ableton and then have it running as loops in the background. So I enjoy that, the jamming kind of. It's not. This is your intro. This is your. This is your break. This is, which is what's needed to make a song. It will never become a song until you do that. But before you get there, you get to enjoy that process of, I can play around with the arrangement without committing. So, and it's got a big online community. And it's kind of a open source it's not open source, but it allows guys to develop their own kind of extensions to the software. So so now there's this Max for Live platform where guys actually build their own VST that runs within Ableton. So I can say, hey, I'm tired of doing these things. How about if they did it? Then no, you do it yourself. You code it in. So it's got
no limitation.
Right? And no two Ableton sessions look the same because every producer will tune the software to how he wants to work. Okay. So but like again I said, it's very nerdy. It's the nerd in me that made me go there. And then I had too much fun.
Nice. Are you working on anything currently, album wise?
Not album wise. I'm doing an EP, but even that, I've been talking with a lot of industry peers, and a lot of people are advising for singles.
Okay.
Given the climate that we are in now.
Yeah.
So it may end up being singles, but ideally I would like to drop a 4-track EP. For me, 4-track EP works. It allows me to express myself better because I also want to express the kind of influences that I like encounter. You know, so I don't want to make one type of sound. You know, so at least with the 4-track, I can have something moody, something for the floor.
Yeah, and it kind of
know.
it's a well-rounded sort of thing. Yeah.
You know.
For different consumers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like that kind of format.
Your top 5 DJs, you know, in no particular order when I cat like it, like top 5, you know, and maybe you can give us the reasons why you like that particular DJ.
Yeah, that's always a very, very, very tough question for me. Like top DJs, even top songs. Because like I said, I've been exposed to like so much different types of DJs and music, you know, and I resonate with a lot of different types, you know. So there are DJs that I have taken inspiration from, you know, but I can never say this is undoubtedly my favorite, or, you know. So it's very tough. It's very tough for me to.
Nah, in fact, this is not Madlanga Commission. You know, what was that guy who was scared? Now he's in jail. But I don't want to incriminate myself.
Yeah, no, I don't want to, because if I do that, with every interview, the names are gonna change.
No, that's
okay,
fine.
for this interview
For
now.
this interview,
Yeah.
you know,
And I mean, it's not we're not saying that's going to be the be all end all.
Yeah.
and also there's no particular order.
Order.
Yes,
Just
I get
5
that.
people
I
that-
get that. Yeah.
The ones that you look at and say, okay, I like this one. Yeah.
Internationally,
Not local.
both. I'm just saying so that his reach is wider.
I don't like promoting international.
Also, now we're pinning it down. Okay, let's go local.
Yeah, because I don't hear them enough.
Also, okay. All right.
Like,
So it's hard for you to make a judgment.
yeah, I'll never judge a DJ ka one set or 2. Yeah, 5 times. Then get consistently. Yeah, one time you might have played that set the whole year, and then one time.
Because we all have different days where
Yeah.
you have your best set and
Yeah.
a lousy one. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go local.
So I can only talk about guys that I've heard over and over and over and over.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, you know, okay. By default, with what I play, Tulane Warrior will be
Tulane
there.
the water.
AD Fleming will be there.
80 Fleming.
I want to change so it's not the same kind of sound.
Okay.
Nah? And then maybe I'll say Mix is there.
Mix.
Because Mix will cross into the soulful kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah? And then Vinny will be there.
Vinny Da Vinci.
Yeah. Vinny Da Vinci.
Shout out to the uncle.
Yeah.
Madala.
I enjoy game.
Yeah. And then Cat Like Cat will have to be
Cat like cat.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean,
Ooh,
yeah.
have we ever had someone who had
We've never.
put
It's the first
themselves
time.
in their own
Nah,
top
it's the-
5?
No, Mketeza was there.
Oh, Mketeza.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mketeza.
Shout out to Mketeza. No, nice one. Nice choice. Good choice. Good choice. I kind of like it. It's kind of well balanced.
It's balanced, yeah.
It's balanced. And I like that you added yourself into the mix, you know, because if you don't think you're dope, no one else can ever tell you that you're dope, right?
Yes. And then we can put a cover on that and then put DJ Bubbles on top.
Aha. What is it about Bubbles, you know?
Hey, Bubbles
because-
is nice, man.
Yeah, what is it about Bubbles that people, and it's always DJs from Pretoria that always mention Bubbles as their top 5.
Bubbles played in Ibiza, bro. What else do you want to know?
I feel like Bubbles is like a Tulane.
Yeah,
It's just he doesn't play what I play.
yeah. But what he plays is dope.
Yeah, and then Lee, like his contribution to the game.
Yeah.
Like I haven't met anybody that I highly respect that doesn't highly respect Bubbles.
Bubbles. Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. So it just tells you the kind of guy that he is, you know, like and the kind of dedication that he's put into the craft. Yeah.
What else do you still want to do? We know you want to venture into radio. We've spoken about that. But what else apart from radio do you want to do?
That's linked to.
No, not necessarily.
Just any other particular like dream or something you want to partake
You
in.
want to be a stripper? We don't know.
Hey, what will be his name there? Stripper name? Cutler Fresh or Cutler, yeah.
Kitty cat.
Catchy.
Probably, I think, something like a hub, for arts, like a arts hub, where it's just like a facility for people who have got the drive and the skill and
For
the desire.
creative arts.
Yeah, but they don't have getting the
means.
resources,
Yeah.
you know, to start, you know. But it would have to be outside of Joburg.
Yeah.
No, that means in
Yeah.
Pretoria. Duh.
Yeah, it could
This
be.
is
Limpopo?
this is
Could be
the cut.
anywhere.
This is the
Could be
Cutler Cat school of, or this is the Cutler Cat cafeteria.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the Cutler Cat.
School of the Arts.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed, like we were talking earlier about guys who are into a kind of scene, but they are far from it. And I mean, by the nature of the country and economics, most people would gravitate to here. Yeah. Because you can hustle way more
Than you would outside of here.
Yeah. So naturally there will be small scenes mushrooming up everywhere, you know. But in this small location, Joburg, you know, and Cape Town, maybe, you know. And so, but I travel everywhere and I hear guys that do amazing things, but they're just so far from the scene, and it's not like financially feasible for them to be in and out of the scene,
Move around,
you know. And this is overall in the arts, not just with music, you know. I'm talking guys by like the editors, camera guys, even event hosts, like guys who have imagination, but they are too far from resources. Yeah. And we can't all move to Joburg. And
Nice.
so, yeah, I think that's kind of something that I would like to do, you know, and like looking at guys like Bo Miggs. You know, I think what Miggs is doing with the DJ school,
yeah.
You know, that's
Christos
necessary,
as well,
you know, and Christos, yeah. So, kind of giving back in a mentoring kind of way, but not in a very specific niche.
Yeah.
So it's Cutler Cat School of Arts.
Of the Arts.
Yeah, something like that, you know. Because I also have noticed that I love teaching.
Okay.
So here's the irony. Both my parents were teachers.
Oh, there we go.
You know, my dad was a principal, you know. So
And they say teaching is a calling anyway. You know, you don't just wake up and
I
become a
guess.
teacher,
Yeah. But yeah, it's the one thing I never thought I would want to do.
But you feel
English
it.
yakho sibali yazi yayizwa.
Yeah.
Lezi is blind.
Yeah.
Blind ngegrammar.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I end up always kind of in the teaching
Mode.
Yeah, or mentorship kind of mode, you know. Even when I got to tertiary, when I started sound engineering, I ended up having DJing classes at school. So students would come weekend to come, and then I'll teach them to DJ.
Really?
Yeah, at school. It was a formal.
They should have put you on their payroll almost.
Yeah, well, they did.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did.
Man.
Yeah, I was getting paid. I was going to school.
Where were you studying?
At Oakfields.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in
Skolo sayingam
Menlyn. It's an arts school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's where I went to school with Julian.
Oh.
ingam le bona ngale
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was teaching DJing there, you know, we did a program there, you know. Also, that's how my relationship with Bilo Jazz developed. Because,
Okay.
I was mentoring him and Toosman. You know,
Oh, shout out to Toosman. Yeah.
Divine Brothers. You know, these are guys that I ended up mentoring, but never really saying, okay, yeah. Or them saying, hey, mentor me.
Yeah.
You know,
It just organically happened.
Yeah. So, and I enjoy, like, whatever I learn, I enjoy telling people about it. You know, so I think that's probably one.
You read
one
books?
of the things. Yeah, I read books, but I'm lazy. So I've opted for audiobooks now.
Okay.
You know, I'm on that Amazon.
What subjects though? What are you?
So it's mainly philosophy and just life. You know, I don't read fiction.
Yeah.
And history. I love history also. Even though I know history is inalokwatisa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
History is written by the victors.
Yeah, you know,
You
it's
can
very,
see when you're
it's
reading
very
good
biased.
time,
Then, yeah, you know. So yeah, I'm more into like just like live kind of stuff.
Are you not collecting vinyl now?
I will collect, but not car frequency that I used to.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you're welcome to collect from me at the frequency you used to.
Well, I've already put. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind that you are taking this. Yeah, we're going to fight about that one. Yeah. You see it, right?
One of the most
And you
wanted.
told me, yeah.
I told you, bruh. One of the most wanted records.
So yes, I still collect, but like I don't really have that soft spot for vinyl. Like I collected vinyl because that's where the music was.
At the time.
Yeah.
From my side, personally, I really appreciate you as a DJ. I appreciate your sound. I play your sound.
Sure.
I play a lot of your sound as a DJ.
Yeah.
I got a lot of collection with Uzweli Rastaman.
Yeah.
He has a better ear when it comes to selecting dope sounds.
Yeah.
So I just feed off him. He gives me the dope stuff. Then I mix it because I'm more interested in DJing more than he is, even though he's a good DJ. But yeah, the sound that you play is basically the sound that we play.
Yeah.
And yeah, we appreciate you from that level. We appreciate you for coming to the show today.
Sure.
And we feel good now you're part of the family.
Yeah.
You're going to buy a couple of records.
Yeah.
You're home here. Anytime you feel like there's something you want to push,
Yeah.
your future plans, you holler at us. We'll make it happen.
No, thanks a lot for the invite and for the support, you know. And I've been following the platform, you know. That's why when you reached out, I was like, no, definitely I have to do this one, you know, for the culture. I mean, and to tell our stories, you know, because like a lot of us are not documented. Like you can't go on to working
Discography.
No, the other one,
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, you know.
You just type your name.
Yeah.
And then everything comes out.
Yeah, you know, so I feel like platforms like these are crucial. Also to remind everybody like why we're doing this thing, you know, and how it got to where it is now, you know, and try to inspire the ones that are coming after us, you know, to keep the culture alive, evolving, not stagnant.
To study you guys. Study the history so that they can make it better.
You know, you know. Yeah, so and also goes to that AI thing because now I feel like even the consumer now, like their barrier to liking things has also like
Lowered.
yeah. Yeah,
Just too much to choose from. So
yeah, and they've just been bombarded with just slop all the time. Yeah, and that's why guys, body, AI, that most people who listen to music can hear how it's AI, but the average listener won't.
wow, that's true.
Yeah, so we need to cultivate that thing, guys. Yes, there's this.
Let's
slop,
draw the line.
but yeah, there's also like proper music out there that has real soul.
Yeah.
That were done by actual people,
Individuals,
and,
yeah.
And it doesn't have to be commercial for it to be good. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be deep for it
To be cool.
to be cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, another Heads and Tails episode coming to an end. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like we always say, please tell a friend to like, subscribe. And that's the only way, again, that we are able to keep the lights on and be able to make this podcast work. So please, so please like, subscribe, and follow the page, and tell your friends to do the same as well. We are out there now. We go to all the good and nice events, so you will see us somewhere
Doing a lot of
hanging out.
outside broadcasting.
We're doing a lot of OBs, so we will see you somewhere out there. We might even pull you to come say a thing or two about the podcast and tell us what it is that you like. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, it is on the next episode. We are out.
Thank you.